Good morning. As I have mentioned earlier, we will start with the module 2 of our subject, Income Tax Planning and Management. So, without any further introduction, we are going to start our class today. First, we will discuss about the concept of our subject or concept of tax planning. So, as I've said earlier, tax planning is the practice or an exercise which is undertaken by a taxpayer in order to pay a minimum amount of tax by using all the available exemptions, deductions, rebates, allowances, etc. provided in the Income Tax Act. So, in India, the tax laws are admittedly complicated because of various deductions, exemptions, relief, and rebates. So, I believe that you have already learned some of the deductions and exemptions in your degree classes, and there you have seen that each deduction has some conditions and rules attached to it. So not only there are various types of deductions and exemptions, but also each deduction has some conditions and rules. And these conditions and rules make the tax laws more complicated. So therefore, it is only logical that taxpayers generally plan their affairs so as to attract the least incidence of tax. So due to the complexity of tax laws, it is only logical that the taxpayers make a proper planning of their affairs so as to pay a minimum amount of tax, or otherwise they will end up in paying a huge amount of money as tax. It is due to the complexity of tax laws. So anyway, in this context of saving tax, there are four commonly used practices in our country. They are tax evasion, tax avoidance, tax planning, and tax management. So basically, there are four practices followed in our country in order to minimize the tax liability. The first two, here you can see the first two are tax planning and tax management. These two are the legal and ethical practices, or these two are the mostly encouraged practices by both government and ourselves. The second two, that means the tax evasion and tax avoidance, they are unethical practices, or these practices which we should never follow in this context because they are illegal and immoral as well. So anyway, the fourth one, tax avoidance is not actually illegal, but it is not encouraged by our government. Okay, because due to its nature. Anyway, we will discuss about that in detail. So first we will discuss about the unethical practices. That means tax evasion and tax avoidance. Then we will come to tax planning and tax management. So what is tax evasion? It is reducing income by making false claims or by withholding the information ultimately to reduce tax, and is known as tax evasion. So here the tax is reduced by deliberately stating untrue or false statements about income or by suppressing the relevant facts or information. So it is actually considered a fraudulent activity because here tax is evaded. It includes fraud, concealment, or other illegal measures. So it uses illegal measures of tax saving. So hence it is treated as illegal, immoral, antisocial, and anti-national practice. So in tax evasion, the taxpayer knowingly make untrue or false statement, or they may use misleading document, or material facts are maybe omitted or suppressed, and even the books of accounts might not be maintained properly. So all these amounts to what? Fraudulent activity. So an assessee guilty of tax evasion is punishable under the law or under the relevant laws. Tax evader has to pay not only penalty but also incurs the risk of being prosecuted. So an assessee who is dishonestly claiming such false benefits would be guilty of tax evasion, and he is doing it because he is doing a dubious way. He is breaking the tax laws. Hence he has to pay for his activity. It is a punishable offense. Now, these are some tax evasion examples. The tax evader reduces his taxable income by using one or more of the following steps. unrecorded sales. So true sales will not be recorded in this case. Untrue sales, untrue amount will be shown. Then claiming bogus expenses, bad debts and losses. Bogus means fake. So the fake amount will be used to shown as expenses. Then charging personal expenses as business expense. So we know that in accountancy we will not consider the personal expense of a person in the books because it is not treated as business expense. So these personal expenses might be charged in books in order to reduce the income, so as to pay least amount of tax. It is actually a fraudulent activity. A person should not do that. Then submission of bogus receipts of for charitable donation under section 80G. So you may know that section 80G is the section for deduction and it includes donation. So the donation made by a person can be shown in his income and thus the income can be reduced. So fake receipts of donation will be sometimes used and this is a tax evasion procedure. Then non-disclosure of income from capital gains on sale of asset. So income arising from the sale of asset should be shown in the income statement, and not showing such income is also considered as tax evasion. Then non-disclosure of income from Benami transaction. Benami transactions are actually prohibited, and it is actually when a transaction is made without the real name or the name of a beneficiary. It is the Benami transaction. So such transaction can also be a reason for tax evasion. So in brief, or to conclude, tax evasion or to evade tax, the evader suppresses or omits receipts, inflates expense and claims bogus deductions. So here the income is suppressed and expenses are created. Fake expenses are created. This is tax evasion. So it is a illegal, immoral, anti-social activity. We should never follow tax evasion. Tax evasion will ultimately make a person to pay for his activity, either through imprisonment or by paying a fine. Now, tax avoidance. This is a method of reducing tax by availing of certain loopholes in the law. As I said that our tax system is a complicated one, and due to its complexity there are some loopholes in the law. Loopholes means some provisions may be there or some provisions are not there. So these loopholes, that means some provisions or lack of provisions, they are exploited by the taxpayer in order to escape from the tax. So this is actually legal, but it is it is not in accordance to the intention of the authority. It is actually an art of dodging tax without actually breaking the law. So this is a legal means. Here we are using only legal means, or we are actually planning strictly according to the legal requirement. But this defeats the basic intention of legislature behind such legal statute or behind such behind such laws. It excludes fraud, concealment or other illegal measure. Even though it is considered illegal, it is an immoral activity, because here the taxpayer is exploiting the loopholes or the lack of provisions which are in our tax system. It technically satisfies the requirement of the law, but in fact it is not in accordance with the legislative intent. So hence it is treated as an immoral or unethical practice. So here the taxpayer is actually a clever person. He makes or he deceives the authority, and he uses clever ways of reducing the tax. And because of the nature of this tax avoidance, it was earlier considered as legitimate because they are only using legal means. But at present it is illegitimate because it is unethical and immoral. So that's why our tax laws are amended year after year, or it is amended frequently. We know that for each year there are different rules. This is due to there are so many tax avoiders in our country. So in order to find them and to make a provision for each loopholes, we are amending tax laws each year. Hence it is treated as immoral. Now the social evils of tax avoidance can be discussed. First one, substantial loss of much needed public revenue. So the government loses so much amount which is actually needed for the public expenditure or for public development. Piling up of black money and its disturbance caused in economy which results in inflation. Black money is basically which government has no control in it because they are not recorded with the government. So this huge amount creates an inflation in our economy. Then sense of injustice and inequality to those who are not tax avoiders. So tax avoiders are doing it legitimately, but this creates an inequality between those who are not doing this practice. Then loss to the community by sparing the best brains of lawyers and accountants to protect the tax avoiders. So we know that tax avoiders are actually clever people. They are using other lawyers and accountants their time also in order to save them or to protect them, which is actually against the social interest. Now you can see the difference between tax evasion and tax avoidance. Tax evasion is different from tax avoidance. So first we can see tax evasion is the concealment of tax, or it is the suppression of or the omission of relevant facts. Tax avoidance is the dodging of tax. Here income is not suppressed, but we are dodging or not avoiding the tax. Then reduce tax liability by violating law or unfair means. So tax evasion includes unfair means, but tax avoidance includes reduce tax liability by applying loopholes of law. Then tax evasion is illegal in nature, but tax avoidance is not illegal. It is legal but immoral in nature. Then tax evasion is deliberate manipulation in accounts, but tax avoidance is taking unfair advantage in the shortcomings of the tax law. Then tax evasion is actually forbidden by law, but avoidance on the other hand is justified by, means it is not forbidden but it can be justified, but it is immoral. Still it is immoral. Then tax evasion is criminal in nature, but tax avoidance is actually lawful. Then tax evasion, it is actually after the occurrence of tax liability. So we will only evade tax, so the person who is evading tax will do it only after the occurrence or after he knows about his tax liability. But on the other hand, tax avoidance is done before the occurrence of such tax liability, because tax avoiders are so clever, they will plan earlierly. They will plan and do their things in accordance with that. So they do it before the occurrence of tax liability. So these are the two unethical practices or immoral practices which we should never follow. And now we will discuss about the most ethical, legal and social practices which are encouraged by both our government as well as the public. First, tax planning. So we know that tax planning, now we know it. It is a legal practice. It is an exercise undertaken to minimize tax liability through the best use of all available allowances, deduction, exclusion, exemption in order to reduce the total income. Or we can say it is the arrangement of one's financial affairs in such a way that it reduces the tax liability. And it is achieved by taking full advantage of all the tax exemption, deduction, concession, rebates, relief, allowances and other benefits granted by tax law. So this is actually, tax planning is actually a scientific planning of a person's operation in such a way as to attract only a minimum amount of tax. So here the tax planning is regarded as an intelligent application of expert knowledge, and it is only on the basis of the national priorities. So this is actually a legitimate or it is a legal act of saving tax. So it is devised within the legal framework by availing of what the legislature provides. Now we will make a difference between tax planning and tax avoidance. Even though the line of difference between tax planning and tax avoidance is very thin, we cannot equate tax avoidance with the tax planning. We can see why. Tax planning is a legal as well as moral and ethical practice, but tax avoidance is legal but unethical and immoral. Then, in tax planning, full benefit of all permissible deduction or exemption is made so that the tax is minimum. But in tax avoidance, purposefully we adjust one's financial affairs to prevent payment of tax. Then, tax planning is saving of tax, but tax avoidance is actually dodging of tax or avoiding the tax. Tax planning is a bona fide and genuine practice. Bona fide means genuine. Tax avoidance means it is a malified and antisocial. Malified means fake or fraud. Not fraud, it is not genuine, fake. Then tax planning uses the merits of tax law, but tax avoidance uses the undue, or it takes the undue advantage of the shortcomings of tax law or the loopholes of tax laws. Then tax planning is beneficial to both assessee and economy in the long run, but tax avoidance is beneficial for the assessee only and only in the short run. So this is the main difference between tax planning and tax avoidance. Now the difference between tax planning and tax evasion. So tax planning is a scientific and lawful practice to minimize tax, but tax evasion is the deliberate attempt to misrepresent or falsify tax facts by fraudulent practice. You can understand from reading it. Tax planning is legal right and social responsibility, but tax evasion is legal offense and it is antisocial. Tax planning fosters or it helps in fast economic development, but tax evasion only generates black money and often utilize it for smuggling, black money, other terrorism activities. Then tax planning is here the assessee enjoys peace of mind because tax planning is legal. But tax evasion, the tax evader is always under anxiety or he always has some problems or tensions because he knows that he is doing a wrong thing. Then tax planning, an assessee gets protection of law, but in tax evasion, tax evader may get caught and brought before the court for punishment.